Hi, I'm Mark.
And I'm Jerry. And we are the Military Collectibles Shop. So welcome to another edition of What's New at the Military Collectibles Shop. It's been a little bit of a slow night for us, so we thought we'd bang one of these out since we ended up with another pile of stuff this week. Some interesting stuff, some stuff we didn't think we'd get. We never know what we're going to get, which is always fun. It's kind of like Christmas every time somebody comes with a box of stuff into the store, because we never know what it's going to be. Could be World War I, World War II, could be German, could be American, could be modern, could be ancient. Could just be some garbage that they couldn't fit in the dumpster. And they want to see if we can have a home for it. We never know what we're going to get. We'll start with this. This is actually pretty cool. And the kind of neat story behind this was that this almost actually ended up literally in the dumpster. Mark, why don't you tell us about this?
This guy was a chaplain during World War II and Korea, and this is his dress blue uniform. He was a major when he got out of the military, and I noticed that he must have been in the reserves, since there's a reserve medal bar there, and he also has there's one battle for the European theater, and he was in the military before December 7th, 1941. And so, you know, we got his dress blues, and there's a pair of pants, and we also have a yard long with him in it, dated 1944 maybe?
Yep, 44.
And so, interesting. We never get much in the way of chaplain stuff, and so this is pretty cool. Next, we got a bunch of German stuff. Well, we got this cool battle flag. Really nice shape.
How big is it?
I think it's 5 by 8. Oh wait, it's 2 meters by 3.35 meters. So that's.
So all our French people know how big this is, because they believe in the metric system.
Yes.
The nice thing about this is that it's, or the unusual thing about this is it's a Kriegsflag, a war flag, but it's not a naval marked one. So this would have been one that would have been flown by the Army or in occupied territories. So these are always nice to find. Nice, very impressive display. Always good to find, well marked. Just a nice flag overall. All this stuff came back from the same guy who was part of an armored regiment in World War II, kind of a famous armored regiment.
So we going from big to smaller, we got this small party flag, two-sided party flag.
And we got part of a one-sided party flag. Hey, is it the communists? No, it's the Germans. No, it's the communists. Okay. But yeah, obviously, it was part of a bigger flag. Just took the center part. Interestingly enough, took part of the flag with it. But GIs were big souvenir hunters, so this is something we get sometimes.
So we got this miniature state service flag. It's seen better days. I think this is wool.
Oh yeah, definitely wool.
And the wool kind of attracted moths to this one, but
the old saying, like moths to the flag.
Yes, maybe.
Maybe it's a new saying. Use it amongst your friends. And I think that's a little car flag. And speaking of car flags, we also got an Army chain stitched. These are really cool. The chain stitched one for the officer's car kind of thing. This would get you a good parking space. But nice early chain stitched eagle. Gray material. Sometimes you find these reinforced so that they fly. They don't just fall. I've actually got one. It's a metal one that's stenciled, which is kind of cool. This is a real neat example.
We have a SA Sports armband with the tag in it.
Always nice to find.
Yes.
The Deutsche Volkssturm Wehrmacht armband. Again, another nice armband, always nice to find. You used to find these way more frequently than you do anymore. These are always nice to find for us. We sell a lot of these. It's a nice design, kind of a late war, kind of made up of young kids and old men. Here's your armband, here's your Panzerfaust. The Russians are over there. Go get them. That was kind of neat.
We got a German marching compass. A for, I don't know.
Auf March.
Yeah. So, and it still works. Nice.
Which way's Ost?
Ost.
The lake is always Ost. If you're in Milwaukee, the lake is always Ost. And speaking of compasses, or compassi, companion, this is kind of neat. First one of these we've ever had. It's actually an Italian compass. So it's also got the Ost. So Ost will get you in Italy too. But kind of the lensatic type. And then there's actually a little level in here that this clicks into, or some kind of, I don't know. We don't know how it works, but it's neat. It's Italian. It's green.
As usual, we didn't check into that.
Right.
We got a German
Spork.
Eating utensils.
Spork.
Little set here. The guys could use their regular spork, or they could buy this really nice set so that they could eat with a fork and a spoon at the same time without turning it around, and they'd have like a peanut butter thing and can opener and
Bottle opener.
The bottle opener. So you got that.
All right, we got some Insignia.
Look at that. A set of Gebirgsjäger boards.
If we only knew someone who collected Gebirgsjäger stuff.
We'll put these in a safe place.
I got a Panzer board, Panzer pink on black. Probably from a Panzer wrapper, I would think. That's cool.
We got a Hitler Youth board with
that's a neat one.
Crossed pennants with, I don't even know what letter that is.
I think it's a I or a J. The crossed pennants usually are a cavalry thing, and those are obviously added on. I suppose it could be a signals thing. I don't know. We'll have to ask some of our Hitler Youth collectors what they know.
Or we could look in the book.
We do have
No, we wouldn't do that.
Well, see, but stuff like this is unusual. I don't know that you find something like this in the book. We got some, unfortunately, mismatched Imperial officers shoulder boards.
We got some cut off World War II infantry officer boards.
An NSKK shoulder board with the RZM tag.
A couple of more World War II officer boards. This one what did we say that?
Reserve.
A reserve unit?
With the gray Unterlagen, so infantry white with a gray underlay, infantry reserve units. And then NSDAP political old fighters chevron, the Alt-Kampferwinkel. So this would have been worn by guys who were part of the party prior to 1933.
Yeah, 33.
They did award certain old fighter status to some, but I think if you were a member of the party prior to the Nazis taking power in 33, you were considered an old fighter. So kind of a neat piece, not often seen. Interesting that it's got the buckram back on it that we usually associate with collar tabs as well, to give it a little more stiffer feel. So a neat little batch of loose insignia.
We got a Schützenschnur here with an acorn. I believe this is the earlier style one.
Yeah, a little plainer shield on it, I think.
And it doesn't have the backing like the other.
Oh, yeah. Got an Italian shaving kit. A little unusual. Not one we've had before. Just like a regular shaving kit. It's Italian.
We got a Red Cross officer's dagger with the hangers.
That's cool. And then we got a hunting Hirschfanger. So engraved blade, made by Icorn. This is what they call a triple engraved blade. So it's got panels on the side and on the back strap. Kind of a celluloid handle with the acorns. Kind of a grouse or chicken.
Interesting that the socks were the kind of socks that you wear with your lederhosen.
I don't wear socks with my lederhosen.
Ooh.
I got a nice cased Mother's Cross in gold. The case is a little worse for wear, but it's a nice gold version of the Mother's Cross.
We have a couple of Hindenburg crosses for participation in World War I.
Those were actually, a lot of people downplay those, but those were the first medals that Hitler actually issued. And part of it was to revive the sense of nationalism that Germany had kind of lost in the defeat of World War I. So, the German soldiers who had fought in World War I thought really highly of those medals. That they were finally being recognized for what they did. So. And some people collect them by maker, which is always kind of neat to see. A couple of our friends, David, I'm talking about you, has a fantastic collection of more than you've ever seen of the Hindenburg Honor Crosses.
Then we have a couple of possibly early SS skulls. We'll have to research these a little more.
They're the first pattern ones. They were also used for a couple different things, not just SS. Got a it's a 2-quart liter. It's like maybe a 1 liter. 1 liter canteen. These were used both by medics and by mountain troopers. Normally there's a bigger strap that attaches to it, but an unusual canteen to find.
We have a couple of sword portapies. One of them has got a leather strap, and the other one's got a cloth strap.
Yeah, sometimes you can tell the regiments by the colors. I think this one's just kind of generic. In the Davis book, really good book. If you don't have the Davis book on German insignia, it's a basic book, but it's still got a lot of great information. I highly recommend it. They also did a series on the Luftwaffe as well. If you're a newer collector, try to get those into your library because they still help us. We'll still reference that book. Also got a World War II German War Merit Cross 2nd class with swords and a silver wound badge. Mark 65. So couple nice pieces. You know, no super big shakes, but this is the kind of stuff that the guys brought back. Then this is a little later, 1950s. This is a U.S. Like wrist compass. So kind of neat piece. We don't often see a lot of these. I'm surprised more guys don't collect compasses because they're kind of a cool thing. They actually do something, and there's a really wide variety of them. So it's always kind of neat to see. All right, then we got some more modern stuff. This actually just came in. This is some Iraqi stuff. This is kind of interesting because it's an Iraqi fiberglass helmet. It's got some Arabic writing on the inside, and they put like a camouflaged, almost like a woodland cover over it, you know, with a net. You know, it's a little worse for the wear. It's got some pink paint inside. I don't know what that's about, but kind of an unusual configuration. Now the Iraqis were actually told that the fiberglass in their helmets was actually Kevlar and bulletproof, just like ours. It wasn't. This is some other Iraqi stuff. This looks like a U.S. canteen cup, but it's actually got the marking from the Defense Ministry, Iraqi Defense Ministry, Iraqi Ministry of Defense. That's it.
Here's some type of. Oh, this is an AK pouch, magazine pouch.
We did get some other, you know, this is almost like British type gear, but this was widely used by the Iraqis. And I thought one of these had a marking on it. Yeah, so it's, they bought a lot of surplus stuff. Never trust an army who's buying a bunch of random surplus stuff. This is an Iraqi gas mask. I'm sure it's somebody else's gas mask, but in kind of that weird Iraqi color.
At least the filter still has the cap on
it. Iraqi duffel bag, again with the Ministry of Defense stamp. Another belt, again kind of that British style. I thought this one had a stamp in it too somewhere. But more Iraqi stuff. And finally a canteen. You know, same dealio.
Oh, look at that.
It's got some Arabic writing on the back of it, probably the guy's name. Don't steal my canteen. And then some U.S. Later helmet liner from the 33rd Illinois. And I don't know exactly which regiment. I'm guessing an infantry regiment. I don't remember which infantry regiments were part of the 33rd. But this probably dates to the 1950s, you know, because we see the darker OD green, but we still have the center circle tie for the adjustments, so you know it's prior to the 1960s. But we've lost the front grommet, so we know it's after 1955. And then a bag for the base plate M4. So if you know, this basically it's a mortarman's purse is what it is. So the base plate for the mortar slides in there. Big heavy metal piece. Wow.
So some cool stuff we got.
Yeah, kind of an interesting batch of stuff. You know, a little bit of everything. Although nothing, a couple World War I pieces. But yeah, we never know what's going to come in. And so it's always fun for us. It's fun for us to share it with you. We hope that you're enjoying these. We appreciate the comments, the likes, the thumbs up, and whoever the person is who keeps thumbs downing us. Go ahead if that makes you happy. I don't know why you just don't stop watching the videos. But hey, I like it because it gives us something to shoot for, and that you have hope that we're actually going to improve. So you keep hoping in that hand, and well, you know. Okay. So that's all for now. Stay tuned. We'll keep buying more stuff as long as we can, and we'll keep sharing it with you. If you got any questions, as always, feel free to email us. We'd love to hear from you. I might do a show on questions that some of you have sent in already, because there's been some interesting questions and some information that I think that might help the greater community to know the answers of some of those questions. So keep the cards and letters coming. We always love hearing from you. Yeah, I think that's it.
All right.
Until next time, he's Mark.
And he's Jerry.
And we are the Military Collectibles Shop. Stay safe, everybody. See you.
So sometimes we have to look in the warehouse for some of the items that we put back there. Sometimes it's kind of hard to do.
Not today. Sorry, Snowman.